to the Shift Podcast. I am Marquise Carroll, and I am here alongside Guillermo Aquino once again. And we have another great episode for you today, which we will talk about mobile device security, your phones, your laptops, your tablets, all these things that we have that make us productive individuals have to be secured. Now, Guillermo, I know for a fact this is something that you do, that ManagedTEK is a really strong proponent of. So please open us up and let us know some things about how we can secure our mobile devices.
Well, mobile devices, if you look at the reason we need to secure them, we actually a lot of nowadays we operate our business off of these devices. So, I mean, we're texting people, we're sending them docs, we have access to our email, and most of our stuff is in an application now. It's loaded up. I mean, you got SharePoint, you got all kinds of stuff that is connected to your business with your device. And once a device is actually compromised or stolen, there's an issue. Now that person has access to all your stuff as a business. So when we talk about security in mobile devices, we're talking about there's a few ways to approach this. As a consumer, there's things you can do as like VPN security. You can get a VPN encrypting your traffic when you're connecting to unsecure Wi-Fi, staying at a hotel, when you're traveling, and things to that extent. You want to encrypt your traffic because we're making purchases on these devices. We're buying stuff from Amazon. We're doing all kinds of stuff, and securing that traffic is highly important. Now, as a business is concerned, and when you're dealing with customer data and client data, there's things that we do as far as drive encryption. We actually encrypt your phone. We actually can track your phone. If your phone gets stolen, you let us know. We wipe your phone. We remote wipe it. And some of this stuff is actually by default that comes with Apple. But when you're talking about a business, it goes even further. So there's things like geofencing. Like we can encrypt, say, you know what, this tablet is a business tablet. We don't want it going no further than the Bay Area. If we see
Mm,
this tablet outside of the Bay Area, we automatically encrypt it. We don't want no one to have access to it. That means it was stolen. So you can have business rules set up like that. You can have business rules where if they get locked out, we can unlock their phone or their devices as well. But if they get stolen, we can easily encrypt it. And these devices, what they are is they're in the public all the time. You're at restaurants, you're going to the mall with them. You have them in your car gets broken into, different things to that extent, and they have access to all your stuff. So this is why on a business side you go to those type of levels in securing those devices. But on consumer side, you can actually do a lot of this stuff, and some of it's built right into the like the iPhone. I'm an iPhone user, so you can do some of the things like I was saying, like tracking your iPhone, and you can actually remote wipe and different things just by default.
yeah, that's really, really good. And I like how you made the different, you differentiated business versus consumer, and how sometimes you have to go a step further as a business than you would as a consumer. Maybe just using Find My iPhone or some of the Samsung based tools, you have to kind of go a little bit deeper because you're protecting your company, right? And your company data, which is really important. And I think something that I've been kind of thinking about here lately around mobile device security is understanding of location services, right? Sometimes even with securing your device, it's securing your privacy, right? It's understanding what people have on you, what these apps have on you, and being able to go into these devices and turn that off, right? People can, all that data is being sent somewhere. And can open you up to other things as well. And so that's another thing I would think about. And also, when you do have these devices, you do have to realize that all these devices, allow you to communicate, allow you to kind of get out, different things like that. A lot of times, you have to realize that the data on here is very, especially for a business, it's very sensitive, right? And so sometimes you need to have, stronger passwords. Some people do, they change it from a four pin code, from a 6 pin code to four. It's good to use stronger passcodes, right? Or even a passphrase. You can do that as well, so that it's a little bit more difficult to get into the device, right? And another thing that I like to do personally is, I've seen people sort of take their automatic lock off, right? You have your phone after a period of time of inactivity, it'll just lock. Don't do that. If I could give you some advice, don't do that. I know sometimes if you're watching certain apps or whatever, like Netflix or whatever, Hulu, it keep it on. But any other time, don't have your device open like that, because it doesn't take anything for someone to grab a device, start doing things, have a ton of access to be able to get into your systems. Another thing, and this is my final point, is that we have these watches. Watches are on us now, and they have access, if you allow them, to unlock your laptop, to unlock, to authenticate, purchases from different, stores or whatever the case may be. You have to know this watch is just as important as your phone or as your iPad or as your laptop. So being able to know that this is password protected and that you don't necessarily link every single thing. I know it's convenient, but don't link every single thing to this watch, right? Because you can leave yourself open to risk if someone gets this watch and knows the passcode, right? Because sometimes this is a second factor for Apple, right? To be able to do certain things from authenticating you, from that sort of perspective. So those are things I add. But before we sign off, Guillermo, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because you brought up some good points about applications.
Mm-hmm.
When you get applications on your phone and you start installing a bunch of apps and signing up for all these different services, and those are great things, tools to have, and everybody loves convenience. But one other thing you want to do, like Marquise mentioned, is know what kind of information they're getting from you. They're getting location services, but they might be getting a lot of other stuff that you're not okay with. Not only
Mm-hmm.
that, when those companies get breached and understanding that you're signing up with all these, like what's Fitness Pal is a famous one that
Yeah,
just
yep.
everybody
Mm-hmm.
had this little app on their phone. It got breached, and now everybody's password that they used on Fitness Pal is everywhere. And
Right.
every time we do dark web searches, all we see is a lot of times we see Fitness Pal. We see a lot of the common ones, but that's definitely one of them is Fitness Pal. And
Mm-hmm.
we find out, that was might have been your QuickBooks password or your Office
Mm-hmm.
365 password that you use. Well, that's
Mm-hmm.
now compromised. So
Yep.
some of those apps you sign up for, you got to understand and keep up with some of those apps that you put all your information in.
Mm-hmm. And remembering too, just as a final thought, is your mobile device is supposed to make you productive, right? It's supposed to give you, an increased an ability to function, right, and to get things done for business as well as in your personal life, right? So where a phone used to be this big old brick, it used to be on the wall with a cord attached to it. It's now as strong as one of the first computers, right? It's stronger than most computers, right? Our phones and our devices. So you have to think of it just as you think of your laptop and you think of your network at work and different things like that. You don't want anybody getting to your data for your company. Just as important, right? It's just another device that has information, has access to information. So you have to think about security. Like Guillermo mentioned, he has a lot of good tools there at ManagedTEK that you can always leverage and reach out to him as well. And if there's things that you feel that you can kind of use that will help you, reach out to him, right? Like these are really good things and good tools that I think everybody needs. And so, as a final tidbit, we enjoy that you listen to our podcast and that you listen to
Mhm.
us talk about these things. We really want to thank you as always. And until next time, everyone stay safe and secure your mobile device. Talk to y'all later.